told that I've got blocked glands, which means I'm not producing tears, but you nearly brought me to tears there. So I'm Mark, as most of you know, I think. And as Rachel mentioned, I joined Mindful Therapies in 2014, but in 2013, like Rachel, I was setting up a new organisation. I set up a charity called Space for Peace. The idea for Space for Peace was it was an organisation that would help communities discuss peace within their local communities, discuss peace in the wider community and in the world. And the constitution had already been written by someone else when they asked me to come and set it up as a charity, so I was really excited about it, and I started making all these connections, and then I realised that I wasn't a yoga teacher then, I wasn't a mindfulness teacher then. The role was very much a coordinator role, and I had to find other people, so I started stalking yoga teachers and mindfulness teachers around the Northeast, and met up with them in places like c.i.c and various other places, and so trying to get a feel for who would work with me. And because I'd just come from working in the video business, I was fully aware of all modern technology that I still can't use very well. And I was on Twitter. There was a thing called Northeast Hour, which was local organisations would tweet about their business, and this new business tweeted called Mindfulness Based Therapies. So I ended up having a half-hour Twitter conversation with this person. Now we arranged to meet in c.i.c, and I had a meeting first with a mindfulness teacher who works in business and stuff. It was one of our speakers at the summit, one of the leaflets over there, about a summit we're doing in September. And then immediately after I saw Alan, I then met Rachel, and Alan's he's a bit older than me, so back then he would probably be in his mid-50s, and then he left, and then I met Rachel, who was this dreadlocked 30-year-old. 29-year-old. It was totally different. But also what was totally different was all the mindfulness teachers I'd spoken to, they were all very clear, they were all very skilled mindfulness teachers, they were all very clear on the benefits of mindfulness, but they weren't necessarily clear on who they wanted to work with, and actually most of them, it was about making some money. So it wasn't working with the vulnerable people in local communities, it was working with people who could afford them, who really had classes. And Rachel was the only one I met who really got what Space for Peace was about, to some extent. Later on, we realised that there was too much similarity, and that's why I ended up really Space for Peace forward. But that community thing, which Rachel mentioned a few times, is very much at my heart as well. One of the things that Rachel mentioned was this leaflets over there. But what we've always done, as well as having a centre, a base, this is our new centre, our new base, is we've also always gone out to the community. So we used to do regular classes in Gateshead, in Wallsend, in Throckley, and we ran a sort of summer school in Leazes Park a couple of years ago, and we're running another one this year in Leazes Park. We're now also working with Coco on a regular basis, we're working with Joe Street Social on a regular basis, and so we're working more and more back out in the community as well. This is our headquarters, but this isn't the only place we are, and we want to spread and continue to grow. And that's probably about as much talking as I'm going to do, so I'm going to finish with a meditation rather than start with one. And it's a meditation that I adapted from a coaching manual. When I had a couple of years before I started with Space for Peace, I went back to university and did a leadership and coaching qualification at Northumbria University, and I bought a book called Mindful Coaching. So I was first taught to meditate a long time ago when I was about 14, but started practicing mindfulness on a regular basis around 2010. And when I joined Mindful Therapies, I joined as the business development director or something. The wind beneath Rachel's wings, I think, was the job description, which I had no intention at that time of being a mindfulness teacher or a yoga teacher, but because of our success, because we did bring in business, which was what I was brought in to do, we needed to increase capacity, and it was definitely the best thing I've ever done to then train to be a mindfulness teacher as well. And also trained to be a yoga teacher more recently. And I've always been interested in movement. So the practice I want to do is about connection, it's about movement, and So mindfulness to me is all about connections, right? Connection to ourselves, connection to our bodies, connection to the breath, but connection to each other as well. I am going to ask all of you who can to stand up. Anyone who wants to stay sitting, or needs to stay sitting, that's perfectly with you. This can be done sitting as well, but ideally done standing. And you need enough space to really put your arms out to the side so you don't hit anyone next to you. There we go.
Maybe.
So you start by just standing with your feet shoulder width apart, and you don't need your arms out yet. I'm going to get tired if you keep a little bit. Stand with your feet shoulder width apart, or sitting with your, just tuning into where you can feel the contact with the ground, where you can feel gravity's pull, sensations of pressure. For some of you, it might be the soles of the feet. Some of you might be the bottom, the arms. Just noticing points of contact with the surface supporting you. Imagine a connection to the earth. Imagine roots growing down into the earth, the front and to the back, to the left and to the right. This is your depth. This is everything and everyone that supports you in this world. This is all of your friends, all of your loved ones, your teachers and your mentors, colleagues, sponsors, your heroes, people who inspire you. This is your depth. Notice how deep you feel right now. Now with the next in-breath, bring both arms up to the side to shoulder height. Stretching the arms to the right and to the left. Imagining branches of a vine stretching from the fingertips off into the distance. This is your width. This is your reach, your influence here on earth. This is everything you do, everything you say, every action, every interaction. This is your width, your reach and influence. That's how wide you feel right now. With the next in-breath, bring both arms up above the head and stretching up towards the ceiling. This is your length, your standing, your place. This is your right to be here. Notice how long you feel right now. And bring both palms together and bring your hands down in front of the chest. Taking 3 slow, long, deep breaths. Just bring to mind what really matters to you right now. What you truly value in this world. What you really care about. Let me bring this practice to a close. I do think this, what we are all about is about connection. I like to think that Mindful Therapies can continue to give people that sense of connection, that sense of. This is, yeah, like I said, this is our headquarters, this is our home, but we do go outside as well. So, and we're always welcome at home. Thank you.
Thanks, Mark.